Okay. So, as we know that these stationary waves will look like this. Okay. Two waves are moving on a same path in different direction, in opposite direction. Okay. So, if we find the equation for this wave, we have found that the amplitude for this wave is given by 2a cos 2 pi x upon lambda. So, this is called stationary wave. Stationary wave. Also, I have told you that this condition, this point where amplitude is maximum, this point is called as anti nodes. Correct? These points are called. So in this, you will find three anti nodes. One is this one. This is the second one, and this one is the third one. So we have a total of three anti nodes, and these points where amplitude is zero. These points are called. These points are called nodes. Okay. So for the formation of antinodes and nodes, we have to use this condition. Okay. So this is the formula for amplitude with respect to a stationary wave. Okay. So at what point, since you know that these nodes and antinodes depend upon the amplitude. ठीक है जब भी हमारे पास एंटी नोड है एंटी नोड पे द एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ दिस इज मैक्सिमम एंड एट नोड द एम्पलीट्यूड इज जीरो so we have to use those two conditions. Which condition? First condition says that at anti node amplitude is maximum. Okay, maximum. So we can apply the formula over here. Second condition says that for nodes the amplitude is zero. So we can put amplitude 0 and find the value of conditions for nodes. Okay. So in the previous lecture, I have completed the condition for nodes. Is it correct? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
in
Yes,
sir.
this
sir.
lecture, we are going to see what is the condition for antinodes. Condition for antinodes. As we know that this is the equation of amplitude. For forming an antinode, the amplitude should be maximum. Okay, so we are going to use that condition, and we can say that antinodes are
The points of maximum
points
amplitude.
of maximum amplitude okay. That means the value of this A can be written as plus or minus 2A. Okay, here this A represents the amplitude. Okay, so this is suppose this is A and this point is A. So total you can write the total amplitude would be 2A. Okay?
2A.
This is the point which suggests about the maximum amplitude. So if I substitute this one in this equation, so what will I get is this. For A, you have to put 2A,
2A
which
cos.
is equal to 2A, then cos 2 by x divided by number. Now you can cancel these two. plus minus. Okay. That means you can write this thing cos 2
pi
pi
x upon lambda
x divided by lambda equal to plus or minus
plus minus
1, plus or minus 1. Okay. Now next is, tell me what is the value of, when is the value of cos theta is 1, मतलब cos की जो वैल्यू है किस डिग्री के ऊपर 1 होती है, एनीवन?
cos 0,
cos 0, cos 0 पे cos की वैल्यू 1 है, and what about cos 180? The value of cos 180 is minus 1. Okay, so from here we can conclude that the value of this theta, therefore the value of 2 pi x divided by lambda is equal to either 0 और pi, क्योंकि 180 पे भी इसकी वैल्यू 0 होती है. ओके, देन आफ्टर दैट
2 pi
पे वापस 0 हो जाएगी, देन 3 pi and so on. Okay, so when you start comparing these two, अगर इन दोनों को एक साथ कंपेयर करेंगे, so you will find that the value of x will come out to be 0. अगर सिर्फ इन दोनों को कंपेयर करेंगे तो टर्म्स पूरा इधर आएगा, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 0, फिर विल कम 0. Similarly, if you compare pi with this term, then you can write the value of x as lambda by
2
2. Okay, let me check. Come on to the lambda by 2 or not. 2 pi x divided by lambda will be equal to pi, suppose. Okay, so this pi gets cancelled, so we get x equal to, here comes out lambda divided by
lambda 2.
right
so this is absolutely correct, that is 0, then lambda by 2, then 2 lambda by 2,
lambda
2 lambda by 2, which is equal to just lambda, which can be written as
2 will be cancelled,
lambda, then 3 lambda
lambda by 2
and so on. Okay, so in general, therefore in general, अगर इसका एक जनरल इक्वेशन बना है, so the equation would be x equal to n
lambda b upon 2
lambda by 2, x equal to n lambda by 2. This is would be the general equation. यहाँ पे n की जगह p कर दो, क्योंकि बुक में p सिंबल यूज किया है. Okay, where the value of p can be 0, 1, 2 and
3
so on. Okay, so this is the general equation for finding the condition of antinodes. Is it clear?
yes sir,
Okay, so as I told you for notes, जैसे मैंने notes का बताया था कि general equation जो है वो याद करके रखना है. Similarly for nodes of antinodes also, you have to remember this formula. This is the condition which we have to always use for finding the antinodes. Okay,
screenshot ले ले
is it clear?
yes sir,
Okay,
Yes,
so take
sir.
this screenshot till here. After that, we are going to see properties of stationary wave.
done sir properties of stationary wave
Have you taken this screenshot?
yes ma'am yes sir
One more thing I want to tell you that always remember that अभी जो मैं बताने वाला हूँ ध्यान रखना. Okay. See here. Let me draw the graph again. Suppose this is the graph of an stationary wave. Okay, like this. Now, tell me this point, 1, 2, and this 3.
3.
What are they called as? Node or antinode?
Antinodes.
Antinodes.
Correct. Antinode. And these points are called?
Nodes.
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 So always remember that the distance between any two nodes, antinode or any two node. Okay, the distance between any two antinode, मतलब दो antinode या फिर दो node, इनके बीच का जो distance होता है, that distance is always lambda by
Lambda by 2.
2. So
Lambda by
write it
2.
down. Distance between
Antinodes and nodes.
two nodes or antinodes is always lambda by 2. Okay. Also, यहाँ तक clear है? Next thing, suppose this is our first antinode. This point is the first antinode, and this point is first node. Okay.
First node.
So, what would be the distance between a node and antinode? दो पॉइंट्स हमें हमेशा याद रखना है. Distance between two nodes कितना होता है? That is lambda by 2, and distance between one node and one antinode. One antinode and one node. What would be this distance? So
Lambda.
always remember that this distance is always lambda by
Lambda by 4.
4. Okay. So write this point also, that distance between consecutive node and antinode is always lambda divided by 4. So this distance is lambda by 2, and distance between one node and one antinode is always lambda by
4.
4. Okay. This
सर
point,
बोर्ड नहीं दिख रहा है.
हाँ?
बोर्ड नहीं दिख रहा है.
Okay. Okay, मैं टेक्स्ट बुक में शो करता हूँ. Don't worry about that. So always remember that. Here is the point. In the properties, we are going to see those points. Okay, so don't worry about that. So let's see the properties of stationary wave. मैं जो point बोलूँगा वो हमेशा आपको याद रखना है. Here we have the properties of stationary wave. Okay, so first property says that stationary waves are produced due to superposition of two identical waves traveling in a on a same path but in opposite direction. ये तो समझा first point सबको? Everyone knows that when two waves are traveling on a same path in opposite direction, then we get a stationary wave. As I have shown you from the here in the diagram. Let me show you again. No, this is not. Here I have shown you that when two waves pulses are approaching each other like this on the same path in the opposite direction, then we call them as stationary wave. Then stationary waves are formed. Okay. Now, point number 2. If two identical transverse progressive waves superimpose or interfere, the resultant wave is transverse stationary wave. It is a very simple concept. मतलब क्या बोला है उसने, अगर दोनों वेव ट्रांसवर्स वेव, ठीक है, तो जब दे आर व्हेन दे आर गोइंग टू इंटरफेयर ईच अदर और सुपरइम्पोज ईच अदर, तो उसके बाद भी वो ट्रांसवर्स वेव ही रहेगी. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि they are not going to convert in longitudinal wave or some other wave. When wave is transverse, the resultant will also be a transverse wave. Okay. Okay. Now here they have given the definition of nodes. You can write this definition also, or which definition I told you that when the amplitude is minimum in the stationary wave, that point is called node. वो भी तुम याद कर सकते हो, या जो definition यहाँ पे दिया है, that definition you can also learn. So let's see what they have given. When a transverse stationary wave is produced on a string, some points on the string are motionless. The points which do not move are called. Okay. Let's understand this. Come back to the board. Okay. Here we have the graph. Correct? This is the graph. If you see these points, they don't have any space to move. Okay. So the points which are lying over here, the particles which are over here at this point, they are not going to move anywhere in the vicinity. Okay. So these points which do not move, that is, they are motionless. Those points are called. Those points are called
Nodes.
Nodes.
okay. Now let's see the definition of the antinodes. In antinodes, what happens? These particles over here, they have the maximum displacement. They are performing the maximum displacement. Okay. Therefore, they are called antinodes. So this is the definition which is given in your textbook. Again, coming back to that point only. Okay. So here they say that some points on the string are motionless. Okay. Those points are called nodes. And some points have the greatest amplitude. That means maximum displacement. They are called antinodes. Okay. Next point. The point between nodes and antinodes vibrate with the values of amplitude between 0 to 8. Okay. So those points which are lying between nodes and nodes, they can vibrate between 0 minimum amplitude to maximum amplitude. Now next, let's see point number 3. As we have seen for transverse waves, similarly for longitudinal wave also. When two identical longitudinal progressive waves superimpose or interfere, the resultant wave is also the longitudinal stationary wave. Okay. In this also, the points at which amplitude of particles is minimum, that points are called nodes, and the point at which amplitude is maximum are called antinodes. Now moving on to the point number 4, जो मैंने बोला है तुम्हें कि याद करना है, ठीक है. तो यहाँ टेक्स्ट बुक में भी दिया है, the points are that the distance between two consecutive nodes and distance between two consecutive antinodes, चाहे वो दो nodes हैं चाहे वो antinodes हैं, the distance between them is always lambda by 2. Okay, so always remember distance between two nodes and two antinodes is always lambda by 2. Okay, also point number 5, distance between a node and antinode is always lambda by 4. अगर एक साथ में आजू बाजू में एक नोड है and one is antinode, so the distance between them will always be lambda by 4. Okay, is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now moving on to the next point, point number 6, the amplitude of vibration varies periodically in space. All points vibrate with same frequency. Okay, so every particle in this wave have different amplitudes, but they are all moving with same frequency. That means every particle will have same frequency but can have different amplitudes because they are vibrating with different amplitudes. Although all particles possesses energy, there is no propagation of energy. The wave is localized and its velocity is 0. Therefore, we call it as a stationary wave. Okay. So this point is important. हम सबको पता था कि जो वेव होता है, वेव में क्या प्रोपगेट होता है, we all know that energy. But when you are talking about stationary wave, in stationary wave there is no propagation of energy. That means the energy transfer in stationary wave is 0. Okay, also the wave will have no velocity. That means the velocity is 0. Therefore, we call it as a stationary wave. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see the next point. Point number 8. All particles between adjacent node vibrate in a phase. There is no progressive change of phase from one particle to another particle. All the particles in the same loop are in the same phase of oscillation, which reverses for an adjacent loop. Okay. That means जैसे हमने फेज डिफरेंस देखा था इससे पहले जो हम सिंगल वेव प्रोग्रेसिव के वेव के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे थे. So in that we saw that every particle can have a different phase. That means when one particle is starting from some other point, the other particles can start from other point. But here in this, every particle will be in the same phase. Okay, in a single loop. Okay, moving on to the next. Here you have one example, example number 6.3. That is homework for you. Let's see the question. Question says that find the distance between two consecutive nodes in an stationary wave on a string of frequency 64 Hz. The velocity of progressive wave that resulted in stationary wave is 48 meter per second. Okay. So you have to find the distance between two successive nodes. Use that formula and solve it at home. Okay. So this question is homework. Now we are going to see what is my mean by free and what is mean by forced vibration. Okay. So can anyone suggest what can be free vibration and what can be the forced vibration? Yes. Anyone? Next, we are going to see what is mean by free vibration and what is forced vibration. Yes, tell me.
The frequency at which an object tends to vibrate when hit, plugged, or somehow distributed is known as the natural frequency.
Okay, when any object is given an initial, एक simple pendulum से समझते हैं. Suppose we have a simple pendulum like this. Okay, I have kept it like this, and I give an initial force to this. मैं इसको initial force दे सकता हूँ. Suppose ऐसा दिया, तो इस तरह से initial force दिया और फिर मैंने remove कर लिया hand को. So क्या होगा? This can move with its natural frequency like this.
Yes.
Okay, so these type of vibrations are called free vibration. Okay, but
Feel
when we
moving
talk
here and
about forced vibration, in forced vibration, what happens?
we are not
Suppose
really moving our
we
hand.
have an container in which we have filled a water like this.
Water.
इसका बहुत सिंपल फोर्स वाइब्रेशन का बहुत सिंपल सा एग्जांपल हम लोग देखेंगे. जब मोस्टली सबने देखा होगा जब बहुत बड़े बड़े डीजे वगैरह लगते हैं हमारे एरिया में.
यस सर.
तो क्या होता है उसकी बेस की वजह से हमारे अर्थ में भी थोड़ा बहुत वाइब्रेशन जनरेट करते हैं. ये नोट किया है सबने?
यस यस सर होता है.
So those type of vibration frequency are called force vibration. So this is a very simple example of force vibration. हमारे पास एक container है, in that we have filled a water.
हाँ.
Now suppose I take one tuning fork. Tuning fork का नाम सबने सुना है? Tuning fork is an instrument. Let me show
It
you.
holds the container. It's hold the hot.
Okay, I will show you this in the next lecture. What is mean by tuning fork? It is a iron rod. What happens when I take this tuning fork and step on some pad? It gets it vibrates. Okay. So when I keep this vibrating tuning fork near this water trap, मैं इसको यहाँ इसके नजदीक लेके आऊंगा अगर, ठीक है, तो इसके वाइब्रेशंस की वजह से what happens because of this vibration, this air column also starts vibrating. Okay, so this air column will start vibrating and will have a wave like this and will generate a wave like this. Okay, so these type of you can say waves are called force vibration. Because of one object, the other object is vibrating. That is called forced vibration. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर.
Yes, sir.
We also have some other examples of this, where we use double pendulum. एक pendulum की वजह से दूसरा pendulum rotate होता है. So that I will show in the next lecture. Okay. But somehow you are clear with what is mean by free vibration and what is mean by forced
Push
vibration.
vibration.
Okay. Let's see the definitions. A body at first is given an initial displacement and the force is then withdrawn. Okay. The body starts vibrating and continues the motion on its own. No external force acts on the body further to keep in the motion. So these type of motions are called free vibrations. As I told you the example of simple pendulum. Initially हम लोग क्या करते हैं उसको फोर्स अप्लाई करके फिर हाथ हटा देते हैं और फिर वो अपने नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी से कंटिन्यूअसली मूव करता रहता है. So these type of motions are called free vibrations. You can also take the example of स्प्रिंग मास सिस्टम. स्प्रिंग में हम लोग क्या होता है थोड़ा सा फोर्स अप्लाई करके रिलीज कर देंगे तो स्प्रिंग अपनी जगह पे कंटिन्यूअसली वाइब्रेट करता है. करेक्ट. So these are simple examples of free vibration. Okay, next, free vibration of system means that the system vibrates with its natural frequency. This is very important point. कि जैसे हमारे पास कोई एग्जांपल है दिखाता हूँ आपको. Here we have here you can see the example of free vibration. What is happening over here? This particle is continuously performing simple harmonic
Up
motion
and
without any external force. Okay.
once the force is applied, they are moving on their own.
I think time is over. Okay.
Let's see.
From now onwards, after this, we will continue in the next lecture.